Hi, this is Jerica with Mini Madness, back with a space-themed door. As always, I'll be speeding up the film of the creation of this, but I will be covering all of the steps that I take to complete this project. So just starting with a cardboard background, I think I'm using the last of the Vans shoebox here. I really got a lot of use out of that. It might show up again, I'm not sure. I think I've used the last of it. But anyways, just trying to kind of figure out where the windows and the door are going to go. Those little black circles are jewelry pieces that you're supposed to pour resin into. I just liked that they were already black and circles, so I thought they would make good windows. This little bit of cardboard is coming from a different DIY kit that you used to, I think it was for a bakery or something. I didn't finish it, so I'm just kind of salvaging pieces from that. I'm just sanding them. They have little connector pieces where I've snapped them out of the packaging that I just sanded off here and gluing those down. I'm imagining that this door is in some kind of maybe access room where you might service the spaceship somehow. And so I just had a vision of it being kind of the panel being filled with buttons and gadgets and things like that. Some of them control the door, and then some of them are just to access different components within the spaceship. So I have this silver paint that I really like how it looks, but it takes a lot of layers to get that Vans logo not to show through. So I do that just a couple times to fully cover it. And then I'm going to just touch up the circles a little bit with black and paint in the panel with a background of black. That's to just have some contrast for all of the buttons and doodads that I'm gonna be adding in here. So I'm just using beads, smaller beads as my buttons. I'm gonna kind of fill in the holes with a little bit of the tacky glue just so I can paint on it and it'll look like more of a solid button. I'm cutting a dowel in half. I was thinking this could maybe look like a little battery or some kind of rod that, that's in part of this panel. Then using some wire to come up with a little coil of some kind. Maybe it's for cooling or heating for something, I'm sure. I had a lot of fun making these little wire bundles, so I added some cable management ties around them. I thought that might be cute to show that whoever's taking care of this spaceship cares about cable management. Then just painting one of these beads. One of the beads is sort of like a sequin, and it's raised up a little bit and has a hole. I kind of thought that looked like it might make a good eye scanner. So if you wanted to open the door, maybe you needed to scan your eye to make that work. So here I am just kind of painting it to look like an eye. Painted some stars on the windows since it is in space, and I'm adding some rust into the grooves of the panels of the spaceship, just to show that this is kind of an older ship. I snapped off the clip of a pen to make the handle for the door, and I added some marks like that. You can tell that the door will open up and down, opens down to open it. And then I liked how the cables looked, so I just wanted to do some more of those, and I'm turning the little black panel off to the right, sort of an input box for these cables, so that that kind of makes more sense that the cables go into the box and the box reports on the cables what the cables are doing. I'm just kind of trying to fill up some space with some things that look technical. And then I'm just kind of air drying or trying to use a heat gun on that. These cables did not want to lay flat. It took a long time to get them to stick. Then more cable ties, because this spaceship engineer really cares about cable management. And yeah, just trying to get those to kind of lay how I want them to. Just kind of touching up some of the buttons. I changed my mind on some of the colors of these buttons, so I'm just painting over them with black. And I changed my mind on that, one of those cables, so I'm just replacing that. And I also eventually changed my mind on this little dowel here, so there I am just taking it off and replacing it with a red wire instead. I thought about making another coil, but I just thought that was too much, so I went with a red cable. I used the white pen just to kind of add some details to the stars and to the different buttons. Like they have white sort of stickers on them. And then for the control panel, I just hand drew some graphs and charts and things to show kind of what's going on with the panel. And here's the finished product. I think it came out really nice and cute. It looks very spacey. Yeah, I think this is a fun, simple little project. It could be a pretty fun one to make a whole spaceship out of sometime. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. It would mean a lot.